What's up guys, Ryan from Motorcycle.com here in Portugal and some of the highest mountains on mainland Portugal to experience an event unlike anything else I've been to. And we're here with Husqvarna for the 2025 Husqvarna Trek. So we're gonna have a lot of adventure bikes, Norden 901s, 701 Enduros. We're all gonna get out. It's more than 60 riders participating in this event. And yeah, the idea is 3 days of incredible riding with a bunch of people, awesome routes, awesome food, awesome culture here in Portugal. So really looking forward to it. And I think with that, it's about time to go get geared up. So Andy, you've been a part of the KTM Husqvarna group for how long now?
20 years.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
20 years,
a bit of time. You've seen some things, I think. We were just talking about the 790 intro, but we won't talk too much about that right now. So what I wanted to talk to you about, and I wanted to chat with you yesterday, but I'm really glad we got to discuss this today because we got to do all of the chilies and the chili 5 from today, which was extra spicy. And so I just want to know how do you guys go about picking the countries, picking the areas, picking the riding, and being able to put together a track that is both, challenging for people and they feel like they got their day's worth out of it. And then also adding the chilies, that gives you more options. But how do you go about packaging all of that in a way that you can deliver an engaging experience for 60 riders from all over the world?
Okay, yeah. First of all, you need to have a contact in each single country you want to go. Okay. After that, we talk to these persons if this is possible to do something here and ask for a layout. So we brief them like 150 to 200 kilometer loops and also this chili breakout routes. Mm-hmm. So then they send back a layout. We check at home on Google if everything is fine, if this is what we want. Mm-hmm. And then we do a first check. And in this first check, we also search then for the chili breakout routes. Okay. And yeah, this is how we build the tracks together. And if this is too much tarmac road, we also try to find other routes. So honestly, in Portugal, it was quite easy because...
That's what I would assume. There's a lot of incredible riding here.
As soon as you have a loop where you want to go, you always see on the GPS like these lines on the map where they are good accessible for the adventure bikes. Mm-hmm. And we tried just something out. Yeah. After that, we ask to have permission for that. Mm-hmm. So we really have to give all GPS tracks to the government, and they prove if this is fine or not. Right. And after that, if you have the approval, it comes to the registration of the event. Right.
And then regarding the chilies, this is the second year of the global event. Were the chilies a part of the Australian event, or was that new last year with the Spanish event?
To be really honest, we took this concept with the chilies over from the Australians. Okay. Because we heard about really great feedback. They have more options, so you can justify it a little bit better. It's not just easy or hard, so there is something in between. Right. And there we took this chili system over, and yeah, they were right. It's a good system. It's a good system.
No, I agree. So if you had to explain the chilies, how would you say they rank? Because we've had 1 through 5 on this trip. But I mean, how would you say they rank for folks, either on a bike like the 701 or a bike on the Norden? Like, how would you rank them from on the way up?
I start with the main route. The main route should be accessible still for a car. This is always the target, and also this is the briefing for the local partner.
Right.
So on the main route, a 4x4 car should go and should also be able to pick up bikes if they break down.
Right, of course.
And then you justify. It's not always so easy to is it the 3, is it the 2? So we rode with the local partner and we talked about it when we did an uphill, and we justify that during riding, to be honest.
Yeah. No,
one should be a little bit challenging, but not too much. 2, 3, 4, something in between. And 5, what we did today, I would say this should be the limit of an adventure bike.
Yeah, I can I can see that. Yeah, the 5 today was pretty spicy. I was able to clear it on the travel bike. I think everyone that tried it, that was willing to do it, did clear it. But it's always nice to have some help from your friends every once in a while when you're trying to pilot a 470-pound motorcycle up a spicy trail. So no, it was very cool. I think you guys did a great job. Obviously, everyone seems super happy and exhausted in a good way.
This was the target.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And I think, everyone's told us, this is going to be a continuing thing. And then you have, some of the orange rallies in different countries already, and those have been super popular. In the US, the KTM rally is super popular. So this kind of version of the Husqvarna Trek, just broadening in Europe, but hopefully other places also soon. I think it's a great concept, and it gets people together. And I feel like there's no better way to make friends, and the camaraderie that you have when you ride off-road and you face challenges together. You end up coming out of here with friends from all over the world that maybe you never would have met otherwise. So I think it's a really cool event. I think you guys did an awesome job setting up the trails. So thank you for all your work and all the team's work. Yeah. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Husqvarna was nice enough to let us ride the new 2026 701 Enduro for the Husqvarna Trek. While the experience with the motorcycle isn't completely changed, there are a handful of updates worth mentioning. The bike has gained 4 horsepower, so now it's putting out a claimed 78 horsepower, 8,000 RPM, while torque remains roughly the same at about 54 foot-pounds at 6,750. Husqvarna did this by doing some changes to the engine. They actually did some valve timing updates to bring some torque lower down in the rev range. And they were also able to extend the service intervals to 9,300 miles for oil changes, and then 18.6 for valve checks. In terms of electronics, they added this new dynamic slip adjust feature, which is optional, which you can activate with the rally mode if you have that, if you've purchased that. And basically what that does is it uses the bike's computer to automatically adjust your slip level. So if you have your slip level at 5 or 6 and you start going up a rocky hill, something like that, as you start to lose momentum, the bike senses your speed going down, and your throttle input is, you're trying to get more speed, more momentum. It automatically adjusts that slip down from, say, 6 to a 3 or a 2 or 1, whatever you need. The suspension was also basically refined, improved. The fork got basically a ½ inch more travel, and the rear is going to still be the 9.8 inches with the 10.4 inches on the front. Also moved the catalytic converter into the muffler, so if you were to put a slip on, you'd be removing the cat, so you'd save a lot of weight there. You want to do that, that's a nice option to have. And then you've got the 4.2 inch TFT display, which that lets you navigate through, customizing your rally mode, because the bike now has rally, street, and off-road modes. My choice for basically the entire trip was keeping it in rally. I went ahead and left the dynamic slip on so I could try it, but I usually had the traction control in 2 or 3, and then I changed the throttle response to off-road to kind of mute it, because there's a lot of rocks here, a lot of loose stuff. So rally was just a little bit too sharp for me. Ergonomics, super comfortable. The seat's not too high. I have a 30-inch inseam, and no matter what the specs say, it's really manageable. Yeah, so I think that kind of wraps up the 701 part of this. So let's get back into the Trek. Well, we're on top of the highest mountain in mainland Portugal. We're pretty much wrapped for the day. Last day of the 2025 Husqvarna Trek. The chili was spicy, the routes were cool, the country's absolutely incredible. I don't know what else to say. I need a shower. Thank you to Husqvarna for letting us check out the 701 Enduro, the new bike. Really cool, some cool new features, not totally, totally different from the previous bike, but a solid bike to do this. I mean, honestly, especially this kind of trip on. Super solid. Had a great time on it, got to challenge myself and rode with some friends, got to meet some new ones. It's what this thing's all about. Check it out if you get a chance, guys.